Hello, and welcome back. It's me, Senor TMZ. You might be wondering, am I at the right channel? Is this the right video? What is going on right now? Don't worry, I'll feed you, baby birds. Soon enough, it will all make sense. Because we have, perhaps, the best, most important, and entertaining pay-per-view, all before WrestleMania 6. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. I hope that you do enjoy, because I can almost guarantee you this is perhaps the most pivotal and different pay-per-view we have had yet. And I'm excited. I hope you are. And let's jump right into this puppy head first with a battle royal for when worlds collide. It is the Collision Battle Royale, and as you can see, we done teared the Tokyo Dome down. WWF is invading the world, and the worlds are colliding with this Battle Royale. Timed entrances, over the top, 20-man, decent match. Davey Boy wins it in 25 minutes, 47 seconds. The final four was Dynamite, Scott Steiner, and Hiroshi Hase. Dynamite was the final elimination. Scott Steiner had the most elims, and Dynamite also survived the longest, 85, one of the best battle royales we have had. I think the Royal Rumble was only in 86, so not too bad, and we are already lighting this Japanese crowd ablaze. This is monumental, ladies and gentlemen. First card set in Japan, and we got the stars to really make this one a special night. And then right afterwards, we have the best, without a doubt, women's title bout ever, as Chigusa Nagayou gets over on Bull Nakano, and they're great chemistry shows. So that is definitely awesome, and a great bout for the pre-show, no doubt about that. And man, great pre-show so far. And look, I've been waiting so long to have a Japanese card. I experimented with some Canadian cards, which was, slightly different in that, some of the up-and-coming stars didn't yet have worldwide popularity the way that, like, the Hogans and such did. But with what's been going on with the WWF, some of you might have been able to pick up on it. Although a lot of changes have been happening very, very quickly. But it just felt right. And if the pre-show's any indication, the rest of this card is only going to get hotter. I can guarantee you that. Definitely, I took some risks on this. So, stick with me in the meantime and in between time, because this is something special. I tried to do something completely different right before Mania, and hopefully it pays off. So without further ado, let's jump right into it as we announce the World Collision Tournament. And the members are as follows: Antonio Inoki, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Misawa, Hashimoto, Chono, Fujinami, and these are some of, if not 8 of the absolute best that wrestling has to offer. And obviously a collision of worlds, as we have Japan's greatest stars going up against America's greatest stars as well. 8-man enter, only 1 man can win with The caveat being that the winner will be awarded the WWF Martial Arts title, meaning after WrestleMania they can cash it in for a title shot of their choosing. It's not quite a Money in the Bank because it has to be used within 6 months instead of a year, but we'll see. It'll probably get cashed in fairly quickly, but it cannot be cashed in, or I guess it can be cashed in at WrestleMania, barring the fact that the Royal Rumble winner does not choose that title. So it has gotten a little bit convoluted in my explanation, but as it is used, you'll obviously be able to see better. But thing is, can be used at WrestleMania unless Savage chooses them, and he will be choosing tonight as well. So a lot of exciting action going on. 8 of the very best in the world, and on top of that, Savage might be winning that martial arts championship, but no matter what, he will be deciding who he will be facing because of him winning the Royal Rumble. And without further ado, let's get into match 1 as Hashimoto takes on Flair. Exceptional match. They didn't get much time, so 76 is the rating. Hashimoto 89, Flair 96. Definitely something that we might see in the future. I feel bad for Hashimoto because he kind of got the short end of the stick as far as this goes. 76. If they would have gotten even 3 more minutes, I think it would have made a huge difference. But for match 1, we will take it. Then match 2, we have Misawa going up against Fujinami. A superb bout, great heat. Fujinami defeats Misawa with the Dragon Suplex because of interference from Kenta Kobayashi, and I was leaning towards not putting Kenta in the Battle Royal. Some of you might have noticed he was there, some didn't. I didn't want to bring it up just because I wanted this to have more impact, because coming out of this bout, we have a little ignition to one of the greatest Japanese rivalries of all time. No doubt about it. Kenta takes the beaten down Misawa and beats him down even further, gives him those neck chops, and tries to put him out for good. Then we got Hogan going up against Chono. Sensational wrestling, fantastic heat. Hogan gets the W with that big leg drop. Chono 94, Hogan 98. Tremendous performances from both competitors, and you guys are already starting to figure out this tournament has some serious talent. I don't really remember the last time we've had this good of performances top to bottom, and it is not going to slow down anytime soon. Round 1 is not over yet, but it's going to be Savage going up against Antonio Inoki, and perhaps our first upset of the night. Our 2 best performances, I think. Sensational wrestling, fantastic heat. Inoki gets the victory via submission. Not enough selling shown, so that was potentially the downfall here. But a 98 by Inoki and 100 by Savage, but only an 82, which stinks. Yeah. A lot of negatives here, which are going to ultimately cause this from being a 5-star to just a good bout. Unfortunate, but it does happen, and we're going to have to keep it going to see what's up. But after this match, we have 2 living legends in the world of Japanese wrestling. Antonio Inoki and Giant Baba meeting face to face. An interaction you will only see at WWF and in this series. I mean, this already spectacular night just keeps getting bigger and better at each and every turn. But now we are going into round 2, and we have our first 5-star bout. Inoki tried to go back-to-back and he did get back-to-back 100 performances, or maybe it was he had the 98 first time rather, but doesn't matter. Inoki unfortunately loses this bout, and that is due to a distraction from Jumbo Tsuruta, and that is very unfortunate for Inoki because he looked to be the odds-on favorite coming in, and Flair is able to stay strong. And again, another 5-star bout. These two were able, I think, and this is to the best of my knowledge, sold out the largest stadium. You might be thinking Hogan and Andre, what about that? In North Korea, they sold out a stadium of over 100,000. Okay, and now in this sim, they're doing it in the Tokyo Dome. So a little nice piece of history. The first WWF 5-star bout in Japan was Inoki Flair, easy to remember, and two legends of wrestling. Next, we got Hogan and Fuji, two more 100s. The match, however, was only a 92, an unbelievable match, easy for me to say, and Fujinami gets the monumental upset victory over our current WWF heavyweight champion, and that is just absolutely astounding, crazy stuff. And we have our final set, Fuji Flair in the Tokyo Dome, the main event, and I think this crowd would eat that up, no doubt about it. Fujinami beat perhaps the biggest star in North American wrestling in the 20th century, and then Flair is able to do the same thing with the biggest Japanese star in the 20th century, and they are both going to meet in the finals. But before we get to that, we got a highlight package, 100. What more would you expect? Flair and Fuji. Let's jump right into this as two of the best technical wrestlers in the industry go tit for tat in an unbelievable match. Holy cow. Flair defeats Fujinami in 28-25 via submission because Curt Hennig threw his hat into the ring and got the boss the victory. Great chemistry, definitely something we could come back to in the future. 100 performances again, and from both competitors. This is undoubtedly the most 100 in-ring performances I have seen in one night. All things considered, even with a few hiccups, this card has been everything I could have wanted and more. So Flair will be able to perhaps face Hogan. However, he will likely be defending his own NWA championship at the Royal Rumble, and that is the crux of the decision, which is Savage. Which Savage has to make, okay? So let me break it down because that is the last segment of the night. Obviously, this match, fantastic. Maybe 5-star, maybe 4 3/4. I'll take it though. Definitely a fantastic way to end the night. Fujinami and Flair, I think, would be a dream match that very few could even fathom how good that match would be, especially while they're in their primes, like at 1990. Okay, so we got through it. Flair wins. He shows superiority. He is the king of the world, so to speak, the Ridge, the nature boy. But now Savage, who lost his title to Flair just a little under a year ago, now has the decision to make. Do I face my best friend, Hulk Hogan, or do I face Flair, the man that I've been chasing for nearly a year? When it comes down to it, the Four Horsemen, they beat up Savage, took his title, ruined his wedding day, and ran his wife out of the WWF. It could not be a more personal feud. And Hogan has been by Savage's side all throughout this year. When it comes down to it, it seems like an easy decision, and that's what Savage thinks coming into this. He goes to the ring, Flair already sweaty from having competed in 3 matches, Hogan coming back out, having just showered, threw on street attire, so to speak. Fujinami, also the IWGP heavyweight title, out there because of his match, and also because Savage can choose to face him as well. And then down comes Ted DiBiase, which is never good for anyone involved, and Miss Elizabeth. And he says, Savage, I know where your wife has been this entire time. She's been staying with Hulk Hogan. And he snaps. And we end the show there with Savage attacking his best friend Hulk Hogan. And we get a 96 out of it. Increased our popularity in 24 regions. Awesome. Phenomenal. Guys, you've been great. I hope you enjoyed the content. Drop a comment, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you on the flippity floop.